Hello friends, this is Tane, aka Skeletane, here on Project Quarm on our solo self-found Necromancer, and today we are kicking it in Looseland again, like usual. That's where we're hanging out now. The XP's too good, and the grind is getting slow. So, like you saw in the last video, I was kind of jumping all over the place, looking for the best spot to XP. 55 is rough. And today I would like to start out in checking out Fungus Grove, which is right over that way, and that door there takes us to Echo Caverns, which then we cross through Echo Caverns and we can get into Fungus Grove. I looked up online and there are some, online on PQDI, and there are some mobs we can fight there. So let's get heading that way. And I'll meet you in over in Echo Caverns, and we will talk more about what we're looking for, what we're going to fight, and see how the grind gets along here. Yeah, I can't say I'm excited about the grind. It's a slow slog. It's worse as a solo self-found and a Necromancer, but that's fine. That's what we're here for the challenge, to take it head on and try to get to 60. So we're getting close. All right, let's get started. All right, I think we're gonna check out Fungus Grove, of all places, which is a bit higher, but it makes sense. I leveled there quite. I did a lot of AAing there with my mage, but there are some underbulks that we also saw classic killing that are potentially a good target, and they're definitely snareable and fearable, and they're level 41. So, oh, we got a broken zone line. There we go. We should be able to, I think, fear kite them a good bit. We're gonna see. I know the ones by the water. If you look on my map, so like the ones here, those are all kiteable, and they're pretty easy to pull and fear. There are some right here that are also killable, and they're all solo pull. They don't social. They don't aggro naturally, and they should be a good set of XP. If any, I don't know if anyone's in here killing them. We'll see. There's always a lot of people in here, but they're usually AAing. There's a lot of good AA spots here. If you've watched Razman's videos on his Ranger, you would have seen him AAing here on his Ranger. It's a really good zone for that. I solo AA here with my mage, and I can get really fast AA XP with him, even solo. It's a little bit better with a group. We're close to what I can do. But we're going to take a look. So the guys we're looking for are... Oh, somebody's killing them. Probably a mage, most likely. Yeah. Bindle, yeah. These guys right here. I don't know if these guys care about... Okay, so the protectors don't care about me. And these domestic underbulks right here are all... Actually, I gotta check the Beetles. Let me see what level those Beetles are. But the domestic underbulks are 41, which is what we want. Yeah, so the Beetles and the underbulks, these are both 41. And they only spawn at 41, which is perfect for going to 56. And then the ones up here are also... The only downside of doing this camp is sometimes they can spawn as a bigger beetle, which we can handle. It just will take longer to kill them. But that's fine because we were just killing 45s, and I don't think they're even the bigger ones are 45. So we got 4 here, and I think over there there's more. So we're gonna run over there real quick and look. Nothing sees invis in this zone, even though it's a pretty deadly zone to run through without invis, but nothing sees invis. Sometimes, I say nothing, sometimes these lotuses can see invis, but it's like 95% of the time they do not. There's always a bard, or hey, look, it's wizard. He's in my guild former glory. He's quadding, which wizards like to do here too, or the bards are always, pulling huge groups of mobs. So this is the other camp, and it looks like someone's already here. No, they're not killing the underbulk, so let's see, what are they? They might be... Let's see what level they are. 60. 60s don't care about the Beetles because they don't give enough experience. So it looks like they're just, but they do want the dregs because those are good experience for a 60 to an AAs. But these hatchlings are all 41. Look at all these great. These are great. I think this would be the area I would fight here. There's more to pull, unless it's contested. And then this is the big one I was talking about, the big underbulk. This bigger underbulk is a little harder, but that's okay. And like I said, they don't aggro, they don't care about us, and they don't social at all. So it's good. It's a good deal. I have to give it a shot, see how it goes. I don't think I'm gonna need the really big. Well, we'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna need for dots yet. I know cascading I need, but I don't know about the plague. I might be able to use a poison instead, but we'll try it. We'll see what how the plague goes first. So let's give this a shot. We'll kill one, and the only annoying part about it is sometimes they fear into the lake. That's just annoying, but whatever. That's okay. I've got a pet who'll chase it down. It's annoying for a melee character. Like my Shadow Knight I would try doing things here with the Shadow Knight. It was a pain in the butt. Oh, I forgot my rune skin. I'm pretty sure that the mutant dregs do not assist the beetle. So if the beetle runs all the way over there, I don't think they assist them. So we'll find out, because he's on his way over there now. When the fear wears off, he'll just come walking back. I'll tell you what though, those underbulks are wicked fast. When they don't have darkness on, man, they cook. I don't know why, but they're super quick. Why is he coming back? Oh, here he goes. Well, this is interesting. The plague plus that is actually like not great. It almost feels like they've got this similar hit points to the scounds, which is crazy. He's gonna start cooking here soon. Come after me. Because here he comes. Look how fast they are. They're scary fast. Guess we gotta weave in another dot. Yeah, that was annoying. That was not what I wanted him to do. I think the XP will be better here, but I got to take him down faster than that. I'm going to try a lower poison, see how that goes. Oh, he's going to hit me. Oof. I'll try Venom the Snake. I'm hoping I don't have to step it up. I might have to switch to Ignite Blood again. The Shade Owl Bandits don't mind me. They're amiable. That's because I haven't killed enough of the Scounds. If I killed a whole lot of the Scounds right where we were last, these guys would hate me. Oh man, I think I gotta rotate that, I'm gonna have to put that big old other dot in there, man. The, Ignite Blood. That's a bummer. I need something a little longer lasting. Yep. Oh, here he comes. Oh man. Oh no, the pet's stuck. Pet, no. Come on, pet. Get out here. Let's go. You gotta go kill this underbulk. Where'd he go? I lost him. There he is. Okay, there he is. Oh man, he's so fast. I need him to run. Come on, start running, dude. This guy is not running. That's there he goes. Man. Alright, let's try it again. This time we're rotating in that second dot. I'm just going to aggro kite this one. Which might be the play. Maybe I just aggro kite these back and forth. I only got to run back and forth here. There's nothing in this area. I just can't go over that hill. There's a whole bunch of mushrooms that'll mob me to death. They'll stun lock me. They do a stun and then just murder you. Okay. Man, I gotta stop fizzling here. Okay, so this might be mana inefficient because Veil of Elements. Oh, for a mage. That's cool. It's a good spell. The Veil of Elements is a guaranteed invis for a mage for 10 minutes. You can see that on my tracker here, I'm still ticking these down, which means I'm wasting mana. So I might be able to kick down to two lower spells, possibly. Or maybe I'm gonna have to look. I got to figure this out. But because that was a lot of ticking left on that. Which is just wasted mana. All right. Well, I'm gonna grind here for a bit. I like this. This is good. I don't think the XP rate is correct. I think it's better than that. It's not figured it out yet. So I'll have to reset the XP meter and start pull them all over again. And I think I'm going to play with these dots until I pin down exactly the most efficient couple of dots to use. Well, I always use cascading, but I want to use two more on top. I got to figure out which two to use that are going to be the best. What I'd like to see is, you want to see those tick all the way down, and he dies right when there's like a few seconds left on each of those dots. So, yeah. All right, see you in a bit. Hopefully when I'm much further in the level. All right, hey everyone. I am. Is this working? Okay, there we go. Have moved. I'm still in Echo Caverns. I kind of pointed this out earlier, but so I was over here where you saw me killing these ones in kind of a tight space. I realized, I was trying to figure out the most optimal way to use a dot, etc. I think I found it. I also had to find the right beetle. So there are 3 types of beetles here, which I didn't realize. There's this kind, which is called the domestic underbulk. There is the big one called an underbulk, which we did not kill him because he's quite a bit higher. Would just take a long time to kill. A lot of mana. And then there's this guy called the domestic beetle. And and then there's another one called, there's 4 types, and then there's like a small underbulk or something like that. So there's like 4 types of beetles out here, I think, or underbulks. What I found was, oh gosh, there's even more. There's a hatchling too. I don't know. I got to pull the list up. But anyway, there's a handful of different beetles. And what I found was that 2 of them are always level 41, which is what I'm looking for. I was looking for 41. That's the optimal kill spot. And these beetles, the domestic beetles, are 41, and the hatchlings are 41. There's no hatchlings here. Those are the ones that are over by the lake. The ones here are the beetles, and there are a bunch of guaranteed spawns. So they always spawn in this area. I killed this one earlier, so it's respawning now. There's like a handful of them. There's like maybe 5 or 6 spawn points here. There's like 4 or 5 guaranteed hatchlings over there. So I cleared that out, and then I came over here to kill these ones, and I cleared this one out. So I'm depending on how well I do, but I've figured out is it costs me 600 mana to kill one. It's 2 spell casts, and then I'm aggro-kiting the whole time. I want to save money because I still have money. Listen to me. I want to save mana because Invoke Fear is 100, and if I'm doing that 5-6 times, that's adds up to 500-600 mana. That's another cast, another kill I could have. So if I just aggro-kite, I can save myself a good chunk of mana that would help me have enough mana to do another kill in the rotation. So I think we've got it pretty well nailed. I like these 2 casts. I could get even more min-maxy and maybe try to lower one of the dot damages, but I think I'm good. I don't mind this. I capped it at like 30 when I killed all those. It was like saying I was getting 30 an hour or something. Now that is, I'm running a potion. So regardless, it's pretty slow. I'm not sure it's any faster than the Scounds, to tell you the truth. But that area it's kind of weird. The area, like if I want a Fear Kite in there with the Scounds, and sometimes I found they walk back in the building and they kind of have weird pathing. Out here I've got a lot of room and I don't have a lot of trouble. I can really move a lot here. All of these Tarmoks are not aggressive to me. They're all apprehensive. The Beetles don't social. They don't aggro. It's just like it's a pretty good dad campy. They're not terribly contested. And there's 2 camps. If someone came and camped this, I could go over here and camp that one. It should be okay. So, and there's a few back here by the tunnel that leads out to Echo Caverns. So I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this spot. I'm just medding up right now. So that's of course the big problem is I'm hitting all of these and blowing through them, and then I have to do a big med session, which is unfortunate because it kind of takes away the time that I could be using this potion. So I don't get to use the potion 100%. Because I obviously I'm going negative at some point, and then I have to med it all back up. So, boy, what would really help is if I had that other Lich spell. That would increase my regen speed, but I have to get like Words of the Ethereal, and I don't have them, and then I would of course have to succeed on the Combine. Research stuff. So, this Deadman Floating's been awesome. I can just like float and walk around up in the air. I don't have to worry about going up and down, getting hurt on, these kind of bumpy and jagged terrain. So, yeah, I'm pleased with this for now. And I know I'm going to hate the next few levels, though, because if this is an indicator, I'm running a potion, I'm getting 30%. Yikes. It's just probably going to half every time. It's probably like every level, it's going to half the effectiveness of what I'm doing and lower that percentage I'm gaining per hour. So that's okay. That's expected. We knew that was going to happen. That's why I saved a ton of potion charges for 55 plus. That was the goal. And we're now doing it. We're in it. We're in the hell stretch to the end. So, yeah. So there's not much to see here. It's just me aggro kiting. I hit him with a darkness, I hit him with a plague, and I run in circles. That's it. It's the most unexciting gameplay, and my pet beats on their backside. Yeah. So we'll just keep grinding. I'll check in with you again if I've got anything interesting to say, or show off, or something terrible happens. That's always fun to see, right? So, all right, see you in a bit. All right, guys, I figured it out. I got it. I had to figure out the most efficient way. It was bugging me. I have now nailed the efficiency for these little beetles over here. So I only need, again, I'm still casting 2 spells, but I've lowered the cost from 600 mana down to, I think, 510. Yeah, 510. So I'm not going to bore you with the details, but maybe I should anyway. I did a little calculation. I took all my main spells around the same level, 4 different spells. It was, what spells was it? Plague, Envenom Bolt, Ignite Blood, Asystal. My last 4, most powerful dot spells. 2 of them being diseases, 1 being a fire, which is Ignite Blood, and then E-Bolt, which is poison. And I figured out basically the damage per mana. I calculated the damage per mana on each spell, what's the most efficient. Of all those spells, if they went fully, if they went all the way to the end of their ticking, Ignite Blood is actually the best, but that's at 2 minutes. And Plague is also a 2-minute spell, meaning longer fights, you get more damage. E-Bolt and Asystal, they only last for almost a minute. They're really quick, but they do higher damage over that time. And so I calculated the damage per mana, figured out what was the most efficient. But then I found the problem was the beetles were dying about in a minute. With Plague and Cascading Darkness, they would die in approximately a minute, which means with Plague, which is a 2-minute spell, I'm wasting a full minute of efficiency and a full minute of mana. So I'm like, can I cut that down somehow? So what I then calculated was how much damage was being done after a minute. So of each of those spells, how much damage were they doing at the minute point? Well, that already ruled out one of the spells because that one only lasted 7 ticks. That was E-Bolt only lasted 7 ticks. So that doesn't work. I need something that's going to be a minute. And it's also the most expensive of all the spells. So that kind of rules that out. So at the 60-second mark, the most efficient spell, believe it or not, was Asystal, which is my cheapest of spells. It's only 210 mana, and it only lasts for a minute, and it is the most efficient. It actually does more damage than Plague does at a minute, which is my biggest, disease dot. And that's not even counting the fact that Asystal actually gets affected by the Cobalt Hide Boots because it's a level 44 spell. So it actually does more damage. It does almost, you can see if you look at my ticks, it does almost 75 to 80 damage. That's already higher than, so by far it's the most efficient, most damage per second, and damage per mana, I would say, that I can get. So I've nailed the efficiency. I can go a really long time now because with that 500 mana, that 510 mana I'm casting, I almost regen that per fight with the sit ticking. That's how efficient sit ticking is. Sorry, Wreck-It. It's hyper efficient. It's amazing. So you'll watch. I'll do a round with all the beetles here. I'm gonna show it completely on camera so you can see what I'm talking about. And I've got it pretty well nailed. Also, I found a geometry abuse, terrain abuse that I can use to effectively slow down how they get to me, and I don't have to keep running around and around and around in circles like I have been. It's almost like forward. I can just go forward, cast my spell, sit on the terrain, abuse the terrain, and then go all the way backward here, and I only have to basically move twice. So I'm going to show you all that. Tane at the efficiency. That's how we do things. Okay, here we go. Let me figure this out now. I'm going to start with the beetle right here, and then we're going to work around. There's 5 beetles to kill. We'll kill all 5. Here we go. So what I do is I send the pet. He starts to follow me. I try to get a sit tick in if I can. Cast a Systle. It's a long cast, 6-second cast time, so I have to be far enough away that he doesn't punch me. And then I run over to this wall. I missed a sit tick there. Sit down, and now the beetle is not going to come for me. It can't path to me there, so it paths all the way up here. You'll watch my pet. My pet will tell you where he is. Just watch the pet. He's going to go up here and try to path this way towards me. So I could just sit. I don't have to keep getting up every 2 seconds. And you can't see the mob, but you just track my pet to see where the mob is. And that's how I know when he's getting close to me. So I only have to move. I only have to sit twice now. And now I'm going to move. So now what happens is when I go back, guess what? He paths all the way back the other way, the way he came. And I sit back down. And my pet's going to kill it over there. He's not even going to make it back to me. So not only have we figured out mana efficiency, we have figured out killing efficiency, abusing Looseland terrain, which as Classic knows is the crappiest terrain in all of EverQuest, and it is such a hassle to deal with. Well, I'm using it to my advantage for once, so there you go. Anyway, that's the route. That's what I'm going to do for all these beetles. I love it. What up, everybody? We are back in South Carolina. As you might remember in one of my previous episodes, I said I was going to go to the Splitpaw and get weapons for my pet, and I never did. I got distracted by Quillmane. Well, I'm going back to Splitpaw, and I'm not going to get distracted by Quillmane because I don't need Quillmane anymore. I got Dead Man Floating. So we're not here for the horse. We are here for Knollhide Lariats. At least we're going to try to get some Knollhide Lariats. The drop rate isn't amazing, but it's also not terrible. It varies between like 7% and 15% depending on the mob you're killing. And I think it drops on almost everything in there. So my hope is we just go in and clear out a whole bunch of them in there. If we've, I don't know, maybe there's a group in there, and just run through and do what we can. There is a point where we'll hit some harder ones, and which we can handle, but I don't want to take too many of those. I kind of want to be able to farm them quickly, kill the easy ones, increase our chances of getting the lariat. And I wouldn't mind getting a few. I have a couple on hand in case I lose my pet again. He's still got woe. Oh, he's way back there. He's still got woe on him, which I like. It's a nice little DD plus dot effect. And then, of course, the lariat provides a stun, which is phenomenal. So, yeah. All right, we're going to head down in this thing and see what we can do. If I can find the entrance, there it is. Well, we're all by ourselves in here, so this shouldn't be too bad then. Pat's wrecking him. That's good. I gotta tell you, I've never spent any time in Splitpaw. I don't know much about it. Even on my mage, I would always just buy lariats on the Bazaar, so I never came down here and farmed them. While I'm killing these, I'm going to look up and make sure that these ones actually drop the lariats, these early ones, easy ones. Yeah, they do. They definitely drop them. So we got a chance probably on just about anything in here. And maybe at the same time we get to explore this dungeon a little bit. I don't think there's anything useful here. I think I did find some item that was okay, like a book or a int item or something, but it's not better than what I've got, so we won't pick it up. There's the classic Splitpaw hide tunic. Hey, pet, you just got yourself a little chest piece. The layout kind of reminds me of Guck for some reason, but smaller. But you know, Guck like okay, Upper Guck. It reminds me of Upper Guck very much. Lower Guck is a whole insane thing. But this reminds me of Upper Guck quite a bit, just looking at the layout right here. So these front ones have a pretty low chance to drop them. So moving in, we get a little higher chance. I think, okay, I was wrong about the percentage. It's like a 5% chance everywhere. I don't know why I thought it was more. I know in Blackborough, there is a Splitpaw Commander that has a 25% chance to drop, but he's not a guaranteed spawn. He shares with another one. So it's kind of like you'd have to sit in a spot and wait for him to respawn and then just kind of... So I feel like my chances are a little better by just coming here and grinding a bunch of these. What's funny is these Tesh Mal Knolls here, they have the highest chance in here. A 5.3% chance versus the rest. Oh no, there's one with a 5.7, but I think it's much further in. But everything else is 5% chance. They're kind of whooping my pet here. What is going on? Gonna have to start deflexing. Oh, something's healing him? Like, I think it died and then it respawned instantly, or it was being healed. I'm a little confused about that. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that effect? That means that Gnoll has a lariat. And I can see it, it's in hand now. I wasn't even paying attention to that. But when I saw that stun effect, I knew what's up. That's cool. Now I gotta be looking. I could go in Viz and look for the gnolls that are holding the lariat. That's not a terrible idea. I think I'm gonna do that. As long as there's no one seeing Viz here, which I do need to check for. There it is, guys. Look at that. Easy. Okay. I guess my pet's gonna be getting equipped with a bunch of Splitpaw stuff. Let's get in that lariat now. He's gonna be wrecking people. Stunning fools. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, I gotta check and see what C and Viz see in this zone first before I continue. Oh, good news everybody. Almost nothing sees in Viz here. There's 4 mobs, and they're all very deep in, which I can easily avoid. So this is going to be an easy scouting run. Alright, I let these respawn at the start here, and this one has a lariat. The few that I saw further up here didn't have any, and I didn't go any deeper in. But I will go, after these ones, I'm probably going to go deeper. But I'm already going to have 2 here. Well, okay, one additional. I'd like to get maybe 2 or 3 additional. But he's got to have one. It's got to be, instead of just a whip, that's got to be the lariat. We should see my pet doing hitting with stuns now, so we should see a like you'll see the effect. Unless he kills the mobs before the proc goes off. There's another one. That's great. Okay. Good. Look a little more. Ah! We'll keep looking to see if we can maybe find another one or two. And then we'll put them in the bank and have them as a backup. Or actually, I may just carry them because they probably don't weigh that much. Let's see. 3 weight. Could put them in the box for now. Or in the actually in the bag of Sown Evil Eye. Won't take up too much weight then. Neither of these have one. This Null's got a little bit of health to him. We'll deflex him. There it is. We saw the sun go off from the lariat. Gonna go invis here and see if I can peek forward a little bit, see if anyone's carrying one. Oh, I think I already checked these guys. So these guys aren't gonna have it. Nothing yet. All of them are not carrying it. You'd think with this many gnolls we would find another one that has one. So on the map there's that green area. I don't want to go to the green area. That is where there is a see and vis mob. Ooh, there's a mage in here somewhere buffing these guys. That might have been what was killing my pet. That's got to be what it was. So whatever I was fighting got buffed by a mage. Yep. There's also one up here I'm getting real close to. They also sees and vis. So I got to be a little careful. Probably behind that door, so we won't check behind that door. This is really surprising for checking as many as I have that they don't have it. But I had, you know, like 2 guys right up in the front have it. Alright, I'm back here at the start, and I'm waiting for these ones here to respawn. There they are. And if the respawns that we get don't have any, I think that's good enough. Having one in the bank will be good. I'm happy with that. Because I really do my best to make sure that my pet lives. I'm willing to gate out, you know, from something dicey to save the pet. Because he usually has some equipment. Of course, he's got his weapons, and I don't want to lose him. So I prioritize the pet. It is rare that I lose him, as you've probably seen across some of my videos when I've got a pet for 10 or more levels. It's so cool seeing that stun go off. I love it. Alright, that's good. I'm happy. I got one of them, and I know how to come back and get them now if I really want them. They're not too bad to get. I think I could just clear this first. If I was to do it, I would just clear this kind of first area out here. I just got to be leery of those mages casting the DS on the gnolls. That's what killed my pet. I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was that he was being healed, but I didn't see a heal, and I thought he respawned or something. It was just that there was a mage casting a DS, and that was wrecking him. Because I was fighting too easy back here, and it was the same type of gnolls, but he was getting wrecked by that one. So anyway, okay, we're gonna gate out, and oh, I think what I'm gonna do, I wanted to say this, I'm gonna change my bind point to the Nexus, because I'm now spending a lot more time up there, or needing to get up there, which means I actually am not going to gate. I am going to run out and run to the spires. Right? No, it's faster for me to go to the pots for now. But I think this will be the last time I gate to the pots because I'm going to bind to the Nexus. I'm spending so much more time up there, and I know that's where I'm going to be doing most of my grinding from 55 to 60, so it'll just be easier for me to get there quickly. Okay, here we go. See y'all on the other side. Hey everybody, we're back at the bank up here in Nexus. I was dropping off the Nullhide Lariat that we just got, came back up the Nexus. I bound myself in the Nexus, so we're no longer at the Timorous pots. And I wanted to give a shout out to Dwarf Daddy SSF, playing an SSF Paladin, man. That's awesome. And he said he came back joined Quarm. He was a P.99er, came to Quarm to give it a shot, and he loves it. And I just messaged him back saying, same thing, man. Like, I'm a P99. I started on a P99 as well, back when it first launched. And I played on and off over the years, but it never held me because it's the same game as from 1999, which is what it was trying to do, or trying to replicate. But that also includes the amount of time and effort you have to put in all of the tough spots and the warts and everything, which, you know, if people want that accurate experience, that's exactly what P99 is for. And then I, of course, found Quarm later on, and because of all the quality of life changes and making it more dad-like server, man, that's what got me hooked. And it sounds like the same thing happened to Dwarf Daddy here. He got hooked because of that. So, yep. Anyway, shout out Dwarf Daddy. Thank you very much for the kind message. Right, we're running through Fungus Grove, and I just did a quick who, and there's a lot of people around my level right now, so I'm thinking we're not going to have a lot of luck here. Probably everybody is hitting the same spot. So, yep, Valera, 54 Channeler, hitting the Beetles over here. That's one spot. The spot I really want to do is this one over here, which I almost guarantee is camped already. That's interesting. He's leaving the domestic beetles, which is a good sign. I'll ask him if he's gonna kill him. Probably not, because they're probably light blue to him. All right. Well, good old Spoonik here. He's level 59 Necro, and he says he doesn't need them. So that's what I figured, because these domestic beetles are light blue to him. And he wants these underbulks, which are going to be still dark blue to him at 59. We got lucky. This is the spot I like. All right, we got to get our kit set up. Hey, y'all, got to make another shout out here. Grimoire, thanks for the message. Glad you're back. And you went right for it, man. You weren't messing around. You went straight to the solo self-found challenge. I wouldn't have done that myself. When I started on Quarm, one, I didn't know the challenges existed, but also I was like, I gotta get back understanding the old EQ ways, and understanding how this game plays again. I haven't played it in, gosh, just like you, Grimoire, since I was a kid, since I was a teenager, and diving right in there, going SSF, man, power to you. I leveled like four guys to 60 normally before I went for this challenge, but that's me. I got to plan ahead. I got to know everything. I feel I have to know all of the angles before I try something like this. But good, glad to see you went right for it, man. And thank you for the message. Appreciate it. Yo, everybody, check it out. We are still grinding these beetles, as you've seen me doing, skipping all the boring parts. We're at 98% to 56. Been consistently at 26 an hour because of the downtime. %. Almost there. One more kill. And there he is, the little beetle we want. Got this locked down pretty good in terms of the method, popping back and forth on both sides. This works so good using the terrain to my advantage here. Sometimes it doesn't go right and they come straight up the wall at me, but I'm still figuring it out. There seems to be the perfect sweet spot to sit at on the wall, like right about there, and then he'll take the long way to get to you, and then you just come back down here and he's going to path all the way back down and around. So I think some of these beetles might go light blue. I mean, of the domestic beetles I'm fighting, which are really perfect for me right now. I might have to start upgrading to these underbulks, which I don't want to do. They take so much longer. Oh yeah, there it is, baby. Ding 56. Oh yeah. I get no spells at all at this level that are worth anything. Actually, I really don't. I said before, there's like nothing good from here to 60. So yeah, kind of stinks. This is the kit. This is what we got. This is what we're working with. There it is. Domestic beetles are light blue. Blah. I think they're locked at 41 or something. I'm just going to sit for a minute here. I want to see the rest of these beetles pop just to confirm that they've all gone light blue. Yep. Sat here till they all respawned. They're all light blue. So, oh man. We're going to go check out the rest of the beetles. So the beetles here and here are light blue. So we're going to go peek at the ones over on this side of the lake, and I'm sure they'll be light blue as well. Oh, they're light blue, everybody. No good, no good. Alright, well, that elevates our challenge even further. Alright, let's gate out for a moment. Actually, no. No. We're gonna run. Because we've got to make a quick pit stop to say hello to somebody. Look at him, buddy. It's Rexar. You know who Rexar is? It's Classic! Classic EQ! He's probably going back to Cell. He's live streaming right now, by the way. But you guys will see this much later. Alright, now we're going to get out. Hey, what is up, everybody? I have moved to, yes, Butcherblock, to hunt guards. I've been kind of messing around here for a bit, trying to figure out my rhythm. I like to get a rhythm down. I haven't nailed yet a good rhythm, but this is working okay. The XP is kind of similar to what we've been getting up on Looseland. Probably it's a little less, but that's fine. I'm looking for a dad camp basically because I've kind of resigned myself to this is not going to be fast no matter what way I cut it. Basically, so what I've got here is there's two blue guards. They're like level 43? I don't remember, something like that, 45. And they're nice low level. I mean, they are lower health than Looseland mobs, which is obviously great. Takes less to kill them. They hit like a truck, of course, so we just can't get hit by them. Pet can't get hit by them. I'm aggro-kiting them for now. I don't feel like wasting the mana on Fear. Aggro-kiting works well. I do have to split the spawn, so I've already split it. And now I'm just kind of killing them on a rotation. I got 3 on a rotation, 2 blues and a light blue that spawns at this rock. There are 2 more that are actually down this road that maybe I could try to weave into this, but I don't think so. I think 3 might be good, and it's pretty chill. If I do the other 2, I always have to split them, or I'm going to have to get them on a really tight rotation, which I'm not going to be able to do because I have to have a med time. There's got to be time for me to med. So, yeah. Come on, you got to start running here, buddy. These guys don't run at 20, of course. They run lower. Come on, run. There we go. So, yeah, this is the camp I'm checking out for now. See if I stay here. I don't know. XP is dreadfully slow, but that's expected now where I am at 56. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Dark Hen. He messaged me while I was here getting set up, and we chatted for quite a while just about Everquest and the videos, and he actually creates videos too. He's been doing a few videos, but mostly live streaming. And I was just checking him out on YouTube. Y'all need to go check him out. He's got a cool little video stream he was doing on the newbie armor quests, and a couple of them, Druid and Bard. And it's just nice, chill, relaxing videos. I'm watching the Bard newbie armor part 2 and my downtime here. And it's just enjoyable. Nice and chill. That's the way I like. You know, if you like chill, go watch Sergeant Dodger. That's his channel. Short SGT Dodger. Sergeant, you know, short for Sergeant. Sergeant Dodger, look him up on YouTube. He needs some more subscribers, y'all. Get in there, subscribe to him. Check out what he's doing. I encouraged him to maybe make a series on some stuff. I hope he does. It would be great because I want to watch more. I want to watch more Quarm content. We're always looking for more Quarm content. I can guarantee you that you'll get Razman, you'll get Classic subscribing, you'll get Wreck-It. These guys will all subscribe too because they are also looking for more Quarm content. So if you know, and this is also an encouragement to anyone else out there, you know, hey, if you want to like make some Quarm content, we'll watch it. We like it. We like the Quarm stuff. We want to see what people are doing, what they're up to, what adventures they get themselves into, or misadventures they get themselves into. So, yeah, man, more Quarm content, more EQ content is always a good thing. But I love seeing the Quarm stuff in particular. So, anyway, thanks, Dark Hen, for the comments. Thanks for chatting me up. It was a nice time chatting with you there. So, all right, we're gonna get back to the waiting and the grinding, and I don't know how long I'm going to stay here. I might get bored. I'm getting bored pretty quick. I don't have the patience that Classic does. I don't know how he did it on a Shadow Knight, man. He just pushed through. He's got that patience. I hope I have the same level of patience because I'm feeling squirrely. So, yeah. Anyway, we're waiting on our dwarves. Oh, speaking of, the other thing was my concoctions. I am sitting here going, do I want these or do I not want to use them? Because, like, the downtime eats so much time into that potion. I'll pop a potion and I feel like I'm only using half of it. But it still is an XP boost. So it's still probably worth it. It's better than nothing, right? So, yeah. Anyway, all right. I'll check back in with you when we've made some progress somewhere, somehow. I don't know where. Okay, see ya. Actually, I do have one more thing to say. There's a vendor in here who will sell to me. Look at this. I'm gonna go and viz in case, but I get a repop here. But there's a vendor. I remember. I totally forgot. I think I saw Classic doing this too on it when he was trying out the guards on his Shadow Knight. This guy right here, he's totally indifferent to me. Con's indifferent, and he will buy my stuff. Look at that. I can sell all these guard axes to him. So that's pretty cool. I just got to keep an eye out for things that want to kill me in here. There's not much other than these blue guards out here. They definitely don't like me at all. So, yeah. And I don't know if they're respawn. No, they're not. Anyway, okay, that's all. Just wanted to show you that cool little thing, so I don't have to run back. I don't have to gate back up to Nexus and come back down. That would have been a huge hassle. So, yep. Hey everybody, we have moved, as you can see. Yep. So those guards down, those dwarven guards, they aren't the best. Very slow XP. You know, I would have stayed there, I think. But the issue I was having was, man, they just kept resisting stuff. And a resist means mana loss, which means loss of efficiency. So I was not having any of that. And I would get multiple resists in a row, where I'd be dropping that Cascading Darkness, resist, and then he's running at me full speed. I can't cast another one because this is like a 6-7 second cast time. So then what I was doing is I was then mezzing him. So I'd mez him so he stood still. Sometimes he resisted the mez, and we got to play a game of tag, and I ran around in circles until I could nail him with that mez. And then I cast another Cascading Darkness and hope that it lands. And then I would cast my Asystal and hope that it lands. So it was kind of like, I would say 25% of the time they were resisting something, which is too much. So watching the SP was just not fun, not great. So I've decided I'm going to come back up here to the Scounds, where these guys don't resist anything. They do have more hit points, so I got to use a little bit of a higher tier of disease on them. And that's just what we're going to do. So this is going to be the spot, I think. I think I'm going to have to settle here for the next 4 levels. I'm using a potion. I did save lots of potions. So I don't like how I have to do this, where it feels like, I think I mentioned this already, it feels like I'm going to have to waste, a 25% or 50% of probably 20 or like 25% of a potion just waiting to med and get back up. So either I do 2 rounds of these guys and then full med, or I just did 1 round, and then I think I'm going to try to med back up. Maybe I'll just do that. And it's okay if they all repop. I don't need to be like, oh, I got to break the camp and keep it broken. I don't have to do that. I can just do, they all single pull, so it's very simple. The only thing I don't like about it is the archers, because they do break my mana skin. But I realize it's not that much of a loss, because these bows that they drop, at the 2 archers, each one of them is 24 plat, which maybe I'm selling for 15. And my concern is when I have to recast mana skin, I'm consuming a Peridot. A Peridot costs 10 plat apiece. So essentially, probably every 2 rounds, I'm having to recast mana skin. So it's a 10 plat cost every 2 rounds. So yeah, I calculate all the little things. I want to make sure I'm staying cash positive, mana positive, all that crap. So anyway, that's what we're up to. That's what I'm doing. It is going to be generally unexciting for the most part, watching me level my way through to 60. So I've been thinking about what to do about that and make it maybe more enjoyable for the viewer, which there isn't a lot I can do. So the only thing I might do is turn some of the kind of follow the classic classic EverQuest, the YouTuber, his style of leveling, which is, he just turns his camera on for an hour and a half, and he just records and talks while he's leveling. So I may have to do that. I may have to just turn this thing on, and you just listen to me yap while I am, sitting in an area doing nothing terribly exciting. And hopefully I've got a few things we can talk about. And, obviously I always have lots of things to talk about, because if you've watched my recent video, The Quest Log, you'll see I yapped for an hour about, game design and my thoughts on it, and Monsters and Memories, and Arduin, and EverQuest Legends. So I might just be doing more of that. Maybe I'll even start doing it in this episode to finish it out. I don't know. I do have a couple things I can go get. I really don't have a lot of gear to grind for right now, to chase after. But I do have a few, like one of my viewers pointed out to me actually yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't remember when, but somebody pointed out to me that I'm still rocking the cloth cape. And I am still rocking the cloth cape. I got to replace that. So, I was trying to replace it by going to Solasec A, if you remember, and I hated that. It was not fun. The ticking was maddening, and I spent hours there and could not get actually I spent a couple nights there, 2-3 nights there, and couldn't get it. So I gave up on it. I might just go to the basement in Unrest and get there's a cloak down there that the Festering Hags drop that is Necromancer only. It's not amazing, but it's something better than a cloth cape. So maybe we'll take a little detour at some point and go down there and do that. But alright, I'm full mana here, so I'm going to get back to killing, and I'll see y'all soon. Alright everybody, we are going to end the episode there. As you can tell, I am not by the Scounds because I have been jumping all around the place, moving all over. You'll have to find out where I am another time, but this is another hint to the next episode where we are doing something else in another place. This 55 plus leveling has got me just, I can't settle. I can't sit still. I got to move from place to place. I'm still trying to find a place where I'm like really happy with, which I don't think I'm going to find. And I think the majority of my leveling will be done in the Scounds. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging around. And hopefully we will see you in the next episode. Take care.